Welcome to Influencers, where we bring you the people that are in the trenches working in our community each and every day, bringing you great information that affects our city, our state, and our communities. Today's no different. We're so happy to have Nelly from the Southern Nevada Health District. How are you today?
Hi, Peter. Thank you. I'm doing well, thanks. Thanks for having me share some important information.
Yeah, no, it's very important information that we're going to be discussing today, and I'm grateful for it. It seems like we do this every year. We kind of do this little campaign, but I think it's becoming more and more important. So thank you so much for joining us. So let's just jump right into it. I like to jump right into it.
Sure.
Why is secondhand smoke such a concern, especially during COVID?
Right. And you know, we think that right now there is no better time. There is no better time to protect people from the dangers of secondhand smoke. We are living through a pandemic, Peter, and one of the main concerns throughout has been our lung health, right? And it is more important than ever to just have healthy lungs and stay away from things that could potentially impact the health of your lungs. So having said that, we know for many years now that secondhand smoke contains many harmful chemicals and toxins, which could potentially and more easily spread coronavirus. And so secondhand smoke, we know, can transmit the virus farther than usual. If a smoker has COVID, for example, then exhaling smoke could pose an even bigger danger to someone who may come in contact with that secondhand smoke. And in general, just as a reminder, there is never a safe level of exposure to secondhand smoke.
That's excellent. Yeah, and I know that secondhand smoke has been a concern for a lot of years, but it seems like it's kind of really getting to the forefront now, where we know now that there's dangers in it, correct?
Absolutely, yes. There are many dangers to it, and again, like I said, there is no safe level of exposure. So it doesn't matter the amount. The I guess the importance here is that you are not exposed to any amount, right? That's what
Yeah,
we're trying to get to. Mhm.
exactly. I'm curious, what is the Nevada Clean Indoor Air Act? I saw some information about it, but I want to know a little more about that.
Right. Okay. Well, the Nevada Clean Indoor Act protects children and adults from secondhand smoke, and that has been longstanding in most indoor public places and public places and indoor places of employment. But some very exciting news that's a little newer is in January 2020, the Nevada Clean Indoor Air Act was updated to include electronic vaping products, known as well as e-cigarettes. You may have heard of this term before. E-cigarettes are newer in the market, and they're typically very popular among the youth and younger adults. And the secondhand aerosol that is emitted from these devices also contains very harmful chemicals. And so basically that's why this has been included as well in the Nevada Clean Indoor Air Act. And this means basically that anywhere that smoking is banned, so is the use of electronic vaping products.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's actually really, really good.
it is.
So, being from the chamber, I'm just curious, how can businesses protect the health of their clients and their employees from secondhand smoke?
Yes. The Nevada, one thing that the Nevada Clean Indoor Air Act does not, I guess, regulate is banning or bans is the smoking of and vaping of outside of businesses, right? And so many of the local businesses have experienced secondhand smoke and e-cigarette emissions entering through the entrances, windows, and exits of their business, right? So businesses that are exempt from the Nevada Clean Indoor Air Act, such as bars and taverns, can actually implement their own voluntary smoke-free policies. And businesses that already have, a smoke-free policy indoors can actually expand on that policy and establish what we call a minimum distance policy in their business.
Oh, interesting. And is there a minimum distance policy?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry. Let me further explain what the minimum distance
Yeah.
policy is. A minimum distance policy actually helps decrease tobacco smoke and e-cigarette emissions from actually entering into a building. So these can be made to establish, say, a 10, a 15, or even like a 25, which would be ideal, 25 feet of distance from the building where smoking cannot occur. So I do want to mention that there are many benefits of adopting a minimum distance policy. Um, Obviously, the first one is you decrease exposure to secondhand smoke, and you also decrease, for example, litter that can be right in front of your business when you allow people to smoke right outside your business, right? Um, and so another benefit of establishing these policies would be a decrease in the risk of fire, for example, near the building. Also, you increase or enhance productivity in the workplace, and it also promotes a more positive public image and allows for a more healthier, safer, and welcoming environment. So again, during COVID, just having clean air around you is just more important than ever right now. I think that customers will really value this in a business that takes this into consideration, and especially during these hard times.
Have you gotten any feedback, any positive or negatives?
Usually we don't get a lot of feedback with businesses, with the employees or anything. We get a lot of business employees actually
Wow.
that want something to happen in their workplace, right? They want this smoke-free policies implemented, and they say, hey, what can we do? We have a lot of particularly employees that work within like the bars and those businesses that are exempt. They really want this change. They really want to advocate for a smoke-free workplace because, well, it's hard as an employee to have to choose your health or
Of course.
income, right? But yeah, we get this a lot. We get this a lot from people who work in those kind of environments, and we try to help. But again, implementing voluntary policies is definitely the way to go now. And I think that as as this pandemic just kind of plays out, and a lot of people are actually going to want to eat out or dine in at a place that completely bans smoking even from outside, right? Because if you're outside and you're dining, you don't want that secondhand smoke coming in from that person three tables down, coming into your face. You just don't want that. So yeah, I think this is something really big, and a lot of businesses are definitely looking into this.
That's excellent. I'm just wondering, are there resources for business owners to obtain, to learn more about smoke-free implementation, vape-free, all those kind of policies for their business?
Yeah, definitely. The Southern Nevada Health District, we provide free resources such as smoke and vape-free signage. Signage actually comes in both English and Spanish
Oh,
because we know
wow.
how, yeah, we definitely know how important it is to try to get our resources out to the community, and especially the Spanish-speaking community and other communities that may not know English. So we have made it our signage in many different styles and material options, such as hard plastic. We have window clings, we have stickers, just anything depending on what your business needs. We try to have that available for you at no cost. I also want to note that with any work that we do, we always offer cessation resources. So if your employee, for example, wants to quit smoking, we can provide information to the Nevada Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW. The Quit Line is a phone-based service that offers one-on-one coaching and free quit medication to those qualified individuals that call from a Nevada area code. So we do wraparound services. Just anything that you may need, we try to provide that for you.
It seems to me I find more and more smoke-free places
Mhm.
around town. Do you see an increase?
Absolutely. Yes. We've had an influx of people, business owners, just wanting signage for their business, even though they've already met the criteria, even though they've already pretty much are established as a smoke free business by law, by the Nevada Clean and Direct. They want that signage. They want that signage posted inside, outside of their business. And we have like minimum distance signage as well, where you can establish, again, it's like a 10, 15, 25 feet distance of where smoking cannot occur. We've got an influx of that as well, requests coming in for that. So yeah, we've definitely seen that happening.
Well, that's excellent, Nelly. I
Yeah.
really do appreciate this. I know that we went right to it, but that's the whole point. We want to get people to understand the importance of smoke-free, vape-free. And a lot of people don't see the differences, but there is tremendous difference between, there is really no difference in the harmful
Right.
effects of vape or regular cigarettes, correct?
Absolutely. One of the, I guess people still don't understand exactly the negative effects that e-cigarettes have, right? And they think it's okay to vape, even around children or youth. Think it's not harmless. It's okay. Business owners think it's fine to have people smoking near their businesses, and it's not. It's been proven to be dangerous. And again, the aerosol is dangerous. And what we've seen is a lot of youth also. Taking this up as a habit now, and they don't know that they're actually getting into an addiction, right, by starting off with these vapes and eventually becoming, even as a gateway, to into smoking. So we definitely don't want that, and we want to reduce the risk of secondhand smoke to as many people as we can. So yeah.
That is tremendous information. I'm so glad we got that straight, that they're both harmful, and we want to educate folks to do it better. And so thank you so much for joining us today, Nelly, on Influencers. And to all the audience, thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully you got something really positive out of this. Nelly, thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.